Today we're going to be testing the Heikin Ashi RSI on the 1 minute time frame, which claims to have an 85% accuracy. But does it really? Let's get straight to it. Hey trader devs, I hope you're all going extremely well. Welcome back to my channel where I go through YouTube and the web to find trading strategies which I then debug using code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at a trading strategy which was off of a YouTuber called Online Trading Signals. We're going to be looking at a indicator which is the Heikin Ashi RSI, the HARSI on TradingView. We're going to convert it into a strategy so that we can backtest it to see if it really does work well on the 1 minute time frame and give us good entries. I highly doubt it does, but we're going to be giving it a go anyway. So let's get straight over to my computer and have a look at this indicator. If I could just ask a couple of seconds before we go to my computer, if you don't mind just giving me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more of this content, and follow me also on Discord down below in the description. Anybody wants to, you can also follow me on Patreon where I give extra bonuses, etc. Okay guys, let's get to the computer. Right, here we are on my computer. As always, giving credit where credit is due. This strategy that I found was on this channel here, which is Online Trading Signals Scalping Channel. If you click on it, you see all of his videos. Quite a popular channel with 29,400 subscribers. The scalping strategy will be the... The scalping strategy will be the 1 minute scalping strategy with one indicator of 85% accuracy. Okay, so let's get over to our TradingView platform to have a look at this. Okay, here I am on TradingView. As I said earlier, if you haven't got TradingView, it's a charting platform which has most of the forex pairs, cryptocurrencies, stocks, etc. Ready for you to start trading. You can find a link down in the description where you get $30 off if you aren't already a member of TradingView. Right, okay, so the indicator we're going to be using today is the HARSI, which is here. So to add this to our charts, we literally go up there to the top here, click indicators, and then we'll type HARSI, and it will be this one here with the oscillator here by J. Rogers. So Heikin Ashi RSI oscillator. Okay, so this is the indicator down the bottom here. Right, so what we have to do is go and change a couple of settings so that we've got the same settings as the channel that I suggested earlier. We click the cog settings here, and we're going to actually remove the RSI histogram, which I actually already did. So you click here in style tab up the top here, and you click RSI histogram. And then we go down and we use the open smoothing and we turn that one to 7. Other than that, everything else stays the same. So as we look here first, as you can see, it actually looks like it gives quite good entries and also gives us good exits. As you can see here, for instance, if we would have got in just on the confirmation candle, so that would be the second candle here, because obviously as a trader you'll never get in, especially on a 1 minute time frame, onto a trade here of this size. So you'd click on here and then you'd move all the way up as we went all the way over to here, and we'll get out on the second red candle, which would be here. So as you can see, it seems to have picked up a good move just there, and then would actually move back downwards where this one wouldn't have been so good before going back up. And so at first view it seems to be quite a good indicator. But is it really? Looking at it with my experience, I've got to say that there's some things that worry me, a bit like this here, for instance, this area here, where we're in a very choppy area, not choppy, very flat area here, where we would have got in here. We would have probably taken a loss here before re-entering again with another short and making another loss here, and then taking a long just here, probably making a loss there as well, and then continuing here to make another 2 or 3 losses. Now the problem with this kind of indicator is that by the time you've got all the way to the end of the indicator, will you actually have the stamina to continue using the indicator as you get into this more bigger trade over this side where you would have actually earned money? And would this have been actually enough money to cover all the losses that you would have made in this area over here? So that's what we're actually going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at by coding. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to code this into a strategy, which will be able to backtest it for us and give us backtesting results. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to use the backtesting engine of TradingView, which will allow us up to 9,000 trades, I believe, if I say correctly, 9,000 trades, so we can backtest it as far as possible. Okay, before I start coding, let's just make sure that we understand and we're all on the same song sheet. Right, okay, so what's happening here is as soon as this down here turns to green, we take a long from a short. So we're going to go here and we're going to press the long. Obviously, it'll be on the second candle, as I said earlier, because the first candle, you'd wait to make sure it turns to green. And we're always looking for confirmation. So we go here. And there's no way that you would have ever got into that candle there. And if you did, it may turn back to red. So you're always best to wait for the confirmations. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way, as I said, all the way from here, all the way up to the second red one here, which would be here. So if I go back here, that's perfect. And if we look at the win here, where would it be? It would be on this candle here. So you would have made a 0.5% win on that one there, which is great. Okay. But as I said earlier, would it be enough to cover the losses here and anywhere else? Now let's look at a short very, very quickly. So if I go over to a short, let's go and find a good short position. Okay, so if we were here, we'd wait for the second candle here, as I said earlier. We'd put our entry in the second candle, and then we would come all the way back to the second candle of the green area here. So that would be here roughly. So that'd be this one here. Let's go down to about here. It's pretty roughly added. Was that right? Nope, that wasn't right. There, just a little bit. We're going to roughly add it there just to give you the idea. Okay, so that one would have been a 0.23 win as well. Okay, so let's go get to coding this. I'm going to take all of the code out of this here, and I'm going to copy and paste it into a strategy so that we can backtest to make sure that this strategy is as good as it seems. As I said earlier, I'm not very much into the 1 minute myself. Even on bots, it's hard to trade. So maybe we can try it on 5 minutes. And if we add some confluence with another indicator, will it work? Right, let's go. Right, okay, here we are on the indicator that I've managed to put together, and as you probably can consider, there's quite a lot of entries. This is what I thought the problem would be with this indicator, but like I said, we're on the 1 minute, so let's give it a chance and have a look. Right, okay, just let's make sure that my entries, we don't have the profit and loss indicators on this one because it actually has its own entries and exit points. We do have our entry board here, and if you look, you can see it's pretty hard to imagine that this would be profitable. But anyway, let's keep having a look. Right, our entries here are, as I said, the second one here, we exit our short and we enter a long. The long comes all the way up here, and on the red one, second red candle, we are exited our short, and we take a short which was pretty flat, where we exit and enter a new short. And we exit and enter a new short here. Okay, so they're perfectly matching to the RSI HARSI, so the Heikin Ashi RSI. So we're absolutely doing this as stated on the 1 minute chart for indicator, which was on this video here. Right, if we go into the settings, we can see if I go down, I've deactivated all of the moving averages, etc. out of my standard settings. And then we have our, where is it? Okay, we have our configuration here. I've set the smoothing to 7 as on the settings of the video. We've left everything else out. We've added a couple of bits and bobs here up the top here, if I believe rightly. Yes, we close all trades on reversal signal, and we've allowed reversal trades up here. We can wait for a confirmation for a new trade, but that actually slows things down, so we're going to just wait for that as it is. Okay, so I'm going to press OK, and let's have a look at the trading panel and the back tester. So now if I look at the back tester, as I totally expected of my own behalf, the results of this is absolutely terrible, giving you a 17.43% profitable, losing only 3% of the account, which is a lot less than I would have expected. So we back tested on 2,944 closed trades, so a kind of a large panel of trades. So I guess the confluence is there, guys. I mean, it is saying that not to use this strategy. Profit, we don't really need to look at max drawdown and everything because it is all quite terrible. Okay. Although I'm not complaining about the actual channel that promoted this indicator, nor the indicator in itself, as I believe that with confluence, with another indicator or some moving averages or something like that, it could actually get you quite good entry points. The problem being is when you're using indicators like this one by itself and putting all of your trust into maybe a couple of YouTube videos that you've seen, you're quickly going to destroy your trading account. You've always got to backtest. Everything needs to be backtested either by code or manually. I personally believe a bit more in coding because I believe that you get better backward test results from the code, even if they're not 100% either. At least you get closer to the points of actually getting real trades. No human judgment is involved. Everything is done by computer. So how could we make this better? Well, I've recently discovered another YouTube channel called No Nonsense Forex, where he discusses how he puts together his strategies using several entry points, confirmations. He's called the C1 and C2. He also adds volume indicators and also a baseline. Now, I think that this idea is absolutely perfect and should be the foundation of my indicators for the future. So I'm going to be doing a couple of videos every week on my indicator that I'm going to be building. Of course, my indicators will be free on TradingView. There will be code snippets in the Discord so you can follow along. So the idea is that we'll be able to find our own confirmation indicators, very much like the one we looked at today, but mixed it with other confirmation indicators, giving it a baseline so we can work out where the trend is going, so we can follow the trend. Right, let's have a very quick look at the indicator once again, very quickly, to see if we add some confluence or maybe change the time frame to see if we can actually get this thing to work. Okay, let's go back and have a look. Right, here we are back at the computer. Right, okay, so I'm going to close down this one here very quickly because it's in the way, and we're going to go and see if we can change some bits and bobs to make it work. Okay, none of the stop loss actually makes any difference because we're actually exiting on new trades, so we're just going to leave that as is. Things that we could actually add is maybe adding an EMA so that we only go in longs when we're above a 200 EMA, for example. So if I add moving averages here, it's going to decrease our number of entries considerably, and we went from, hold on, just bear me a couple of seconds, 17% profitable all the way up to 26. Okay, so that is a good start. Now if we did a 50 and a 300, and that normally works out quite well. Let's have a look to see if that works well. 25, so actually it's taken down our profit, but it also took down the loss, I believe. So let's leave that back where it was at 9. Okay, what about a HAMA bar to see if that actually makes any difference? You can see this has been added to our indicators here. That's taken us up to 28% profit. Right, we could add something like a maybe a indicator to work out if there's enough movement in the trades. Let's have a look at the ADX. Okay, that's already taken us up to 36% profit. So the ADX, let's go and have a look at what the ADX does. I've already looked at this a couple of times in some of my other videos. Let's go to the ADX. Now the ADX is simply a red line, and it doesn't actually tell you when to get in or out. It just tells you if there's enough volume in the actual movement, and momentum inside the in your pair at the moment for you to actually trade. Normally what we do is we add a line here, and we generally go about between the 25 and 30. Now if the ADX is below the 25, we don't take any trades. Now that would stop us getting in this area here, which is completely flat. And then as this starts going back above the 25 here, we would actually get back in, even with the other indicator there. So that helps us to stop losing money. So it doesn't actually gain us any more money, but it stops us losing some. So it decreased our number of trades immensely. Kept our net profit down to 0.23, so minus 0.23. So we're still losing money, but a lot less. And we're getting more profitable trades. So we're going in the right direction. Okay, what else could we add? We could add here maybe another cross. For instance, we have our what they would have been called our cross 1, which is the C1 and C2, which is our confirmation 1 and confirmation 2. So we have our 2 here. Maybe we could add the RSI, because that would have made sense. That actually didn't make sense. Okay. The MFI, the flat market, I like myself. Often gives us good trades. Okay, that's taken up 39. Now what happens if we remove the ADX? Okay, that actually worked better together. Okay. If I change that to 20. We're up to 42% profitable trades here. So 42% profitable trades. Now if I changed our time frame to 5 minutes, maybe that would make it better. 53% profitable and 15-minute. And we're actually starting to make some money here at 52% and 148 trades. As you can see, our equity curve is still pretty diabolical, to be honest, but it's getting better. Okay, that proves that by adding a couple more indicators into your strategy that you can get more confluence and better results. Okay, here wasn't perfect, but it was just to explain to you that everything you see on YouTube of fantastic, humongous percentages of 90% here and 80% there aren't always true. You always have to back test your strategy, and I personally think that you have to add more than one indicator to get perfect entries, to find the perfect trend, to follow that trend and find something good, another good indicator, maybe even to get your exit. Now, in our next videos, I'm actually going to go through my personal strategy builder, which I'm going to put together, which allows us to choose our own entries, our own exits, and also our own volume indicators and things like that. I really do suggest that you go and look at the No Nonsense Forex YouTube channel. It's absolutely brilliant. There's lots of great information on that channel. And I will also be going down that route myself in the future whilst building my personal strategy, which, as always, I will put on TradingView. Anyway, guys, I hope you weren't too disappointed with the results. Please don't give me too many big down thumbs and all of that, because I'm just trying to give you good information here and prove to a point that seeing is not often believing. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will leave you with keep coding and keep safe. Have a good day. Goodbye, guys.